Here's how I'm growing 1,000 wattles from seed. I'm using 4 different species to try out here. A list of species names will be in the video description below. And the method I'm using for scarification is hot water treatment. So I've boiled some water, let it cool for about 30 seconds, and then added it to the seeds. This softens their hard shell and makes it easier for them to absorb water and germinate faster. I left these seeds to soak overnight, and you can see the next morning some of them have swollen up. And now to prepare the pots I'll be using, which are going to be 50mm native tubes. This is probably one of the funnest parts of the process for me for some reason. I just find it oddly satisfying stacking the tubes into their crates like this. With the tubes in the crates, now it's time to fill them with soil. I'm using a native potting mix as my soil, and I'm just pouring it over the top of a bunch of crates gathered together on top of a tarp, and then slowly pressing it down, spreading it out rather than filling each pot individually. The Australian native potting mix I'm using is low phosphorus, as many Australian natives struggle with high phosphorus soils. This step would definitely be much easier with some sort of large bench to pot up on rather than the ground, but it's all I've got to work with right now. With the tubes full of soil and the seeds ready to go with their treatment, it's time for the most tedious part of the process I've found, which is seeding the tubes. After they've been seeded, I make sure I give them a good water through so there's water coming out the bottom of the pot. And yeah, here's where I've gotten to so far. I've actually done over 1,000 wattle seeds now, and you can see a couple of them just starting to pop up. It's only been about 2.5, 3 weeks since I did this first batch that you can now see starting to pop up. I think soon in the future I'll look to expand into different species and different types of Australian natives to start a little native nursery in my backyard. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed.